Hi guys, welcome back to my lovely channel. So today I'm gonna tell you how I came to America. So how I came to America, like I never even thought in million years of America. Like I didn't even know what is New York and why do people want to go to America. I knew it was overseas, but it was just like, okay, so what, you know. So the moment I started having that thought, actually I never had that thought, I'm lying. Somebody actually who instilled that in me, it was my ex from South Africa. So when we were talking, like he was telling me that I don't know if I started watching that show before him, but I didn't have TV. So I think I started watching that show while I was with him. I don't remember, whatever. It's called 90 Day Fiance. So like I knew that, oh, people from America, they get married with people who live outside the country, and then they will come here, da 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 da. Then that's when like I learned more about America, right? And then my partner told me that he was moving to Canada. I think Canada. And like he wanted to take me with him, da 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 da. But we had problems, and like when we were arguing, that's when he was telling me all the plans, and da 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 da. Whatever, story for another day. So, and then never entertained honestly like the American thing and all of that. But he kept on bringing it because he really, really wanted to go to Canada or like America, I guess. And then I started being interested, And then when I was interested, he came to me with this program called an au pair program. Oh, he was like, I think he got that information from a friend or something. And then he was like to me, oh, there's this program, it's called an au pair, basically taking care of kids, da 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 da. Give me the name of the program and everything. Then I was like, okay, why not? And then I applied. I remember when I applied, it was 2021. I think it was after COVID, so that should be 2021. Yeah, I applied. When I applied, I was talking to families, and I thought like we are getting along with the families, but they will go with other people, or either like I wouldn't really get along with the family, not get along, but like click with them, or like in terms of their needs and their living situation was just not for me. So I kept on procrastinating, and then I started my new job as a social worker in South Africa, because I was so into beauty stuff. So, and I was making money out of that, and I had just like finished my degree, so I got my first job as an intern. I really forgot about all this au pair program, going to America and all of that. And then one day I got an email coming from a family, and then I was like, oh, I'm still on this thing. So I decided to log back in and then I spoke to the family. Nice family, we clicked, everything was perfect. I was like, why not? I think at that time was it was November. Was it November when I started talking to the family? I don't remember. I don't want to lie about the timeline. I forgot. But yeah, I spoke to the family, and then I moved from, I was staying in a city called Port Elizabeth in South Africa. Then I moved to a city called George, because that's where my intern was. And then I continued talking to the family. We were just getting to know each other because they still had an au pair, but they were just looking in advance. And then the au pair it was time for her to leave, I think around August or so. So the lady around March-ish, she was like, okay, we're getting along, I would like you, was it March or May? Yeah, timeline, bad guys. But it was, I believe 2021. And then, no, I'm lying, not 2021. It should be 2022. It should be 2022. So, and then I was like, okay, cool. you know, I'm open to the idea, obviously, of going abroad and all. And at that time, I didn't even know about any state in America. That's how ignorant I was. So I was never even interested when she told me I'm from New York to like Google about it. Oh, what is New York? What is in New York? And da da da. No, no, no. I've never. So okay, I contacted their agency, told them I have a family that I'm talking to and I think we're getting along, so I think I would like to apply for my visa. You know, they helped me through the process. It was easy to get my visa, honestly. I went through the interview, they said pass after asking 3 questions, and they mailed my visa to me. Everything was easy, right? And then yeah, that's how actually I came to America. It was not like really complicated. I remember because I didn't know anything, right, about where I'm going in New York. I was at the gym with my friend and she was like, I showed her like my flight ticket. I was like, oh, this is where I'm going. And she was like, oh my god, friend, you're going to New York City. And I was like, okay, what's up with that? Friend, New York City, you know, is the best state in New York, in America. That she started telling me about New York. There's Times Square, there's this and this. I was like, okay, that is interesting. You know, because I didn't even know anything. I was just gonna travel to America, that's all. You know, so that's how ignorant I was. But yeah, that's how honestly like I moved to America. There was nothing complicated. I didn't have to go through anything. It was straightforward, right? However, like when I was coming here, I never planned to stay, and it happened that I stayed longer. So I'm gonna tell you more about that on my next video. But for now, that's my boring story of how I came to America. Nothing interesting. My my flight was smooth. I took Emirates. Everything was lovely, comfortable, good food and drinks. I got to New York. I made a mistake when I got here because I didn't know anything about dollars. I remember the lady I was gonna work with, she told me that I should take an Uber. She's gonna reimburse me. People at the airport, they come like they look so nice, formal. They're taking me to these fancy cars. I didn't know what was happening. I let them did it, right? They were like, oh ma'am, where are you going? I gave them address. That was a lot of money because that was not Uber. That was like private whatever. And then she started telling me because she asked me, she was like, oh, how much was the Uber? I gave her the number. She was like, wow, that's a lot of money, you know. And then, you know, I told her what happened and she was like, okay, now you gotta learn. So she told me like a lot of things, you know, about the Ubers and all of that. It's not like I didn't know about Uber. Obviously there's Uber in South Africa, but I just didn't know how to go about it when I get to New York. You know, it's overseas, maybe they're doing things differently, but that was the only thing. Other than that, yeah, I took that taxi or whatever, the fancy taxi, and then took me to the building. They welcomed me downstairs. It was great. I met the kids. We had a great time, like for some time. But I don't think, honestly, like maybe I will tell you about my au pair experience, right? If I feel like there's something to tell, because there was an experience there, you know. And then yeah, as I said, on my next video I'm gonna tell you how I got to stay in America, and I will tell you about my experience if you'd like to know that. But bye for now, until next time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more juice, because I got more stories, guys, to tell you. I know sometimes probably like not sometimes, maybe I'm not really good at telling stories, but you know, at least listen and have fun. But other than that, guys, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you can for your girl to grow, you know, because this is just a tryout. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I probably might do big things, you know, if you support me. So I'll really appreciate your support, and love you for now. Bye.